Meet Goober. Goober's a car salesman, but not just any car salesman. Goober's talking to himself, and he's daydreaming about the 1991 Dodge Dakota. On this episode of The Wretched Wrench, good old Goober gets northern exposed by Graham Greene, his spiritual guide. It's gonna take him to Dakota land.
Luxury meant dry moccasins. Safety meant keeping a rattlesnake from curling up in bed with you. And the only way to get more horsepower was to buy more horses.
Who are you anyway?
Just think of me as your guide.
If your spirit guide has brought you to this video, then hit the like button and subscribe. Thanks for watching.
This can really be a big year for me, if I play my cards right. I sold more pickups than anyone else here last year. And now with the new V8 engine and Dakota winning 4x4 of the year, there's sure to be more prospects than ever. We've got plenty of competitive advantages, that's for sure. The only mid-size pickup available anywhere. A cargo bed that's longer, deeper, and wider than Ford Ranger or Chevy S10. More maximum payload than Ranger and S10 too. With seating for 6, Dakota Club Cab offers more room than either Ford Ranger Super Cab or Chevy S10 Maxi Cab. And we've still got the longest limited warranty protection. But the V8 is really going to bring some new blood inside. Dakota is the only pickup in its class to offer a V8 for more power and performance than Ford, Chevy, and the imports. And it increases our maximum trailer towing capacity to a best-in-class rating of 6,500 pounds. That's the good news. But with all of these new Advantage packages, I just don't know. It was hard enough keeping short beds and long beds, regular cabs and club cabs, 4x2 and 4x4 straight. But now there's all these packages. S Advantage, Special Advantage, SELE Sport. I just don't know. Got to come up with some way to remember all this stuff, organize it, and simplify it. Yeah, simplify. Make things like they were back when this guy was around. Back when you could make a living hunting and fishing. When explorers like Lewis and Clark mapped out the West. Of course, they couldn't have got along without Princess Sacagawea, their Native American guide. Or maybe he was with the pioneers that came later, blazing a path for the covered wagons, scouting out new territories. Yeah, things sure were simpler back then. Sure would have been great to have lived.
I think you're mistaken.
What? Who's there?
I've been listening to you for the last couple of minutes, and well, I just couldn't resist setting the record straight. You don't know how good you've got it.
Oh.
If you were around back then, luxury meant dry moccasins. Safety meant keeping a rattlesnake from curling up in bed with you. And the only way to get more horsepower was to buy more horses. We would have traded just about anything for a Dodge Dakota.
So you'll be trading in your old pickup then, Mr.
You're not following me. I'm not here to buy a Dakota pickup. I'm here to help you sell them.
Really?
Sure. I'm here to help you cut through all the clutter. To focus on how the Advantage packages work for you and your customers, and how they work against the competition. To simplify everything, I believe is how you put it.
Hey, wait a minute. How did you know that? Who are you anyway?
Just think of me as your guide. Just like I used to guide the settlers and traders back in the 1890s, I'm here to guide you in the 1990s. Come with me and we'll blaze a trail of our own.
What's going on? Where am I?
You're in Dakota territory.
This is incredible.
You know, 1 out of every 3 vehicles sold during the next year will be a truck. But while the market may be bigger than ever, the competition is tougher than ever too. That's why Dodge came up with the Advantage packages, to take aim at compact segment leaders Ford Ranger and Chevy S10.
I know that Dodge was way ahead of the competition when they designed Dakota. In fact, it still is out in front. Dakota is clearly bigger than the cramped compact sold by Chevy and Ford, and yet it's still targeted at buyers who don't want the tank-like proportions of a full-size pickup. Dodge set an objective to make a product that was better than all the rest, and they succeeded. Believe me, I know. I sell more Dakotas than anything else. Ford and Chevy have yet to offer anything that can really compete with Dakota, and the same holds true with the imports. Now, with the new V8, the availability of a 4x4 club cab, and the new front-end treatment, well, it's like the ads say, more people are coming home to Dodge every day. But that still doesn't tell me what I need to know about these Advantage packages. How do I remember what's in them so I can sell them? How do they pay off for me and my customers? And how do they stack up against the competition?
Well, for starters, memorizing what's in the different Advantage packages isn't really the point. What you do need to remember is which package will appeal to the buyer you're presenting it to. Each Advantage package is designed to meet the needs and expectations of different buyer types. Budget-minded prospects, upscale buyers, boulevard cruisers, whether it's for commuting to work, equipping a company's fleet, or entering an off-road competition. Whoever your customers are, Dakota has a model, an engine, and an Advantage package to suit their needs. And if you need to run down any of the Advantage package's contents, you can always use your truck product book or the SET Salesperson Product Information Guide. It's also a good idea to review the Advantage package contents with your customer by using the price sticker. Every item is spelled out and listed there.
I see what you mean. You can use the price sticker to show what's included in the Advantage package, and you're making a case for Dakota's overall value at the same time.
Exactly. Advantage packages make it easier for your customers to equip their Dakota, or pick one off the lot for that matter. And the equipment included in the packages costs less than if purchased separately. The price sticker includes a line that shows just how much your customer saves by selecting the Advantage package.
And any salesman worth his salt can leverage the Advantage package's value to make Dakota the clear choice over the competition, whether Chevy, Ford, or any of the rest.
That's right. And, as you may have already guessed, the equipment featured in Dakota's Advantage packages were selected specifically to meet and beat what the competition offers.
That's where I need to concentrate my efforts. How can I use the Advantage packages to close more sales by showing Dakota's product superiority over the competitors? Since customers will select one of the three available engines, the four-cylinder, V6, or V8, let's organize the Advantage packages along those lines.
Good idea. Since the Advantage packages are keyed to engine configurations, start anywhere you'd like. That's right. What kind of buyers have you sold four-cylinder Dakotas to in the past?
Well, they're people who want low price and good fuel economy. They use their Dakota primarily for personal use, commuting, weekend recreation, that sort of thing. And they want an interior that's comfortable and well-equipped. They may be budget conscious, but they don't want a cheap truck.
Right on target. And you've just described the S-Advantage package customer too.
Then that means that the S-Advantage package has to be aimed at Chevy S10EL and Ford Ranger S.
Exactly. Dakota S buyers want an outstanding value that includes good fuel economy and a high level of interior features. Simply put, the Dakota S Advantage is the value package that offers buyers all the essentials. The Dakota S Advantage package includes features like power-assisted steering and interior equipment,
like cloth seats, full floor carpeting, intermittent wipers, and a sliding rear window.
By the way, a $170 package discount on Dakota means that your customers are, in effect, receiving cloth seats and the sliding rear window for free. What about power plants?
Well, I can start filling in some of the comparison points with the engines. It might seem that Ford Rangers and Chevy S10's power plants have an advantage over Dakota's engine because they offer slightly more horsepower and torque. But when you put that horsepower to use,
it's clear that the advantage goes to Dakota.
You mean towing capacity?
Right. Dakota has a clear towing advantage over both Ranger and S10. Dakota offers 700 pounds more towing capacity than Chevy S10 and 1,000 pounds more than Ranger and a better payload capacity than both models.
All right. So let's see how Dakota's S Advantage package compares to Ford and Chevy. Dakota has a number of features that cost extra or aren't even available on Ford Ranger S. You won't find cloth seats, floor carpeting, a sliding rear window, or power-assisted steering in the Ranger S.
So basically, most of the items included in the Dakota S Advantage package are features that Ford neglected to offer on the Ranger S.
That about sums it up.
So what about a customer who wants carpeting, cloth seats, power-assisted steering, or a sliding rear window on his Ranger?
He'd quickly find out that he can't get those items on a Ranger S. Instead, the customer would have to move up to a Ranger Custom. Of course, that would drastically increase the cost of the truck. The Ranger S manufacturer's suggested retail price is $8,279, several $100s less than the Dakota S Advantage package. But remember, the Ranger S is only a bare-bones model and lacks much of the equipment found on Dakota. Comparably equipped, Ranger's price increases by about $500 and still doesn't include several items standard with the Dakota S Advantage package. Against the Chevy S10 EL, Dakota narrows the pricing gap. The EL's MSRP is $8,382, but that price again is for a bare-bones model that doesn't include many of the items featured with the Dakota S Advantage package. Comparably equipped, Chevy S10 EL costs another $550 for a price advantage of less than $100 compared to Dakota S. And like Ranger, to get the same features as Dakota offers, you would still have to upgrade to a more expensive S10 model.
So the bottom line is that Dakota costs more because it has a longer list of features than the Chevy S10 EL.
That's right. Power-assisted steering, intermittent wipers, a sliding rear window, pull-out cup holders, cloth seats, full carpeting. None of these features are included on Chevy S10 EL. The V6 Dakota with the Special Advantage package is targeted toward buyers who want versatility and performance in their pickup purchase, while they're still very interested in an excellent overall value. Now, these buyers aren't usually as budget sensitive as Dakota S four-cylinder buyers.
It sounds like the Special Advantage package-equipped Dakota V6 faces off against the Ford Ranger XLT V6 and the Chevy S10 Tahoe V6.
That's right. The V6 is the heart of the Special Advantage package. And like Dakota, Ranger and S10 both deliver plenty of power, but Dakota offers a clear advantage in torque, with 25 more pounds-feet than Ford and 45 more pounds-feet than Chevy. Exterior equipment features on the V6 Special Advantage package include chrome bumpers, protective molding, steel wheels, and a 22-gallon fuel tank for an extended cruising range. On the inside, the Special Advantage package features equipment like power-assisted steering, intermittent wipers, cloth seats, and full carpeting. Dodge put Ranger XLT in its crosshairs and used the Dakota Special Advantage package as the ammunition.
But doesn't Ranger XLT have a longer list of optional equipment than Dakota?
Yes, but the difference is only a few minor features like visor mirrors and a split bench seat. On the other hand, Dakota is able to include air conditioning and still beat Ranger XLT's price. In a base price comparison, Dakota V6 Special Advantage edges out Ford Ranger V6 XLT by about $50. But when you add air conditioning to each model, Dakota's price advantage grows to more than $250. The Chevy S10 V6 Tahoe model is priced about $160 less than the Dakota with the Special Advantage package. But there's more to this story than just the sticker price.
So, while S10 appears to have a price advantage, Chevy really doesn't have anything that can compete with Dakota's Special Advantage package. With S10, you'd have to start with a base model and order each item separately.
Right again. In fact, comparably equipped, The Chevy would run approximately $350 more than the Dakota V6 with the Special Advantage package. And even when it is comparably equipped, S10 does not include Dakota Special Advantage package items like intermittent wipers, 15-inch steel wheels, or a 22-gallon fuel tank. Now this is the life. Plenty of room and plenty of comfort.
I know what you mean. And you can only get it from Dakota Club Cab. The others, Ford Ranger Super Cab and Chevy S10 Maxi Cab, go through the motions, but they really can't compare.
I can see why this Dakota Club Cab attracts such a wide range of buyers, especially with the SE Advantage package features. It offers the kind of versatility that appeals to personal users, whether it's transporting groceries, passengers, or recreational gear. And the rear compartment offers plenty of passenger room that can also be used for cargo. The same goes for work applications. This is truly a 6-person cab, and there's always room for tools and work gear. Not all club cabs have room for 6, do they?
Well, as a matter of fact, no. Having a full rear bench seat is Dakota Club Cab's major advantage over Ford Ranger Super Cab and Chevy S10 Maxi Cab. Both Ford and Chevy have less comfortable folding-style jump seats and can only seat a maximum of 5. With the rear seat removed, Dakota Club Cab offers an amazing 25.2 cubic feet of storage space. That's 3 cubic feet more than Ford's Super Cab and over 6.9 cubic feet more than Chevy's Maxi Cab. But what about the other features in the SE Advantage package?
The 3.9-liter V6 engine and power-assisted steering are featured. Interior equipment includes a tachometer, AM/FM stereo cassette player, light package, and a sliding rear window. Exterior accents include a chrome grille and bumpers, body side and wheel flare moldings, wheel trim rings, plus remote control mirrors and a 22-gallon fuel tank.
And if I know my competitors, I'd say that Chevy doesn't offer a package to compete with the SE Advantage package. That means that every Chevy option has to be priced out individually.
You're exactly right. And while Dakota costs more than both Ford and Chevy, it delivers more too. When you add all the equipment to the S10 Maxi Cab, the Chevy price advantage narrows to less than $200 and still does not include a rear step bumper or 15-inch wheels, which are available only with an expensive package upgrade. Against a comparably equipped Ranger XLT Super Cab, the Ford actually ends up costing about $70 more than Dakota Club Cab SE Advantage package. There's also an additional discount of $300 with air conditioning on Dakota Club Cab SE, a cost savings not offered by Ford or Chevy.
Fat with power from low to high, the solid can-do feel of an American V8. Dakota's engine helped it to earn high marks during the industry's toughest test. Dakota easily walked over rocky trails and made short work of long gravel roads. That's what the editors of Peterson's 4-Wheel and Off-Road magazine had to say when they selected Dakota to be 4x4 of the Year for 1991.
That's why the Dakota V8 is yet another reason that truck buyers don't have to purchase a full-size pickup to get the power they want. And at the same time, it provides compact pickup buyers with an unparalleled performance upgrade.
That's for sure. The Dakota V8 pumps out 170 horsepower and 260 pounds-feet of torque, clearly outperforming Chevy S10 and Ford Ranger's most powerful V6 engines. Of course, neither Chevy S10 or Ford Ranger offers a V8 power plant. Dakota is the first and only model in this segment with 8 cylinders of power.
Now, let's take a look at the Dakota V8 Special Advantage package. It's the centerpiece of the Dakota lineup, offering buyers an excellent value as a personal use vehicle, with Dakota's unique brand of versatility and exclusive V8 performance.
Now let's see. The Dakota V8 Special Advantage package includes power-assisted steering, intermittent wipers, deluxe cloth bench seats, and full carpeting. There's chrome front and rear bumpers, protective body side and wheel well moldings, styled steel wheels, and a 22-gallon fuel tank.
That's a lot of equipment. Let's see how it all prices out. Dakota V8 Special Advantage package is priced about $130 more than Ranger XLT. Not bad, considering the V8 engine alone is worth much more than that. Of course, You can't get a V8 on Ranger, no matter how much more you're willing to pay. Chevy S10 Tahoe has a price advantage of nearly $400. But here again, the Chevy is equipped with a V6 compared to Dakota's V8. In addition, Chevy doesn't include 15-inch wheels, intermittent wipers, or a 22-gallon fuel tank. All features that help Dakota V8's Special Advantage package offset the Chevy price advantage. There are a lot of customers today who demand the best a personal use pickup has to offer. They want maximum comfort and maximum performance. And they'll find what they want with Dakota V8 LE Advantage package. Where's the competition for this model?
Well, it looks like the best Ford and Chevy can muster is the Ranger XLT and S10 Tahoe. But with only V6 power, both fall short of Dakota's standards.
That's right. The influence Dakota's 5.2-liter V8 will have on buyers in this segment can't be overstated. The equipment included in the LE Advantage package will help close more sales too. The top-of-the-line LE trim is featured, along with power-assisted steering, a tilt steering column, speed control, tachometer, air conditioning, and an AM/FM cassette stereo. There are several other features too, including exterior styling accents that provide an attractive finish look.
So, how does the LE Advantage package stack up compared to Ford Ranger XLT?
Dakota has a long list of advantages compared to Ranger XLT. First and foremost, of course, is the V8 power we already talked about. Dakota is the first and only pickup in this segment to offer buyers V8 performance. And Dakota LE Advantage package has numerous equipment advantages over Ranger XLT. Speed control, tilt steering, remote control mirrors, body side moldings, all are features included with Dakota LE that cost extra or aren't even available on Ranger XLT.
Well, that's certainly something to keep in mind if a prospect hesitates because of the LE Advantage package price. While it may be nearly $600 more than Ranger XLT, you get the V8 engine and all those other features.
The same holds true with a price comparison against Chevy S10 Tahoe. While nearly $800 seems like a big difference at first, just consider that Chevy doesn't include speed control, tilt steering, remote control mirrors, intermittent wipers, or even a tachometer. Not to mention Dakota's exclusive V8 availability.
Dakota V8 LE Advantage Club Cab shares all of the competitive advantages of the regular cab against Ford and Chevy. Plus, it has more seating space. The only truck with seating for 6 and 3 cubic feet more interior cargo space than the Ranger XLT V6 Super Cab. And over 7 cubic feet more interior cargo space than S10 Tahoe V6 Maxi Cab.
The Dakota Dakota costs about $1,200 less than S10 Baja.
Well, all right. Let your inner spirit guide let you leave a comment. What you think, guys? Thank you for watching.